Hi. If you've been following any of my most recent Friday videos, then you know what's been going on with my husband's health lately and how he was in the hospital for 2.5 weeks and had to have heart surgery and came home, was improving. But what you don't know is that 5 days ago, this past Sunday, he had to go back to the hospital. I had to call an ambulance for him. I won't go into all the details and the specifics. Praise God, he's home again. He came home last night, actually, so it was a much shorter stint this time. But Sunday things were pretty serious, and again, praise God, they stabilized him and took care of what needed to be taken care of, and he was able to come home last night, which is wonderful. But a couple of days ago, a friend of mine who knew about his previous hospitalization and what was going on called me, and she said, so how's your husband doing? Is he still making progress? He's still doing better? And I told her, actually, well, here's what's happening. So I explained what had happened on Sunday and why he was inpatient at that time. And she just said, oh my gosh, girl, I don't know how you do it. How do you do it? And then she kept saying that over and over. How do you do it? I don't understand. How do you do it? She probably asked me that question at least 5 times in that conversation. And I get asked that question a lot. My answer is always the same, and it's really twofold. First, I'm able to do it because God gives me the strength. I know I'm not strong enough on my own to handle all of these challenges. He makes it possible. So he does that for me first and foremost. But second, though it can be very difficult and it can certainly wear on a person, no matter how hard it is for me, it is so much more difficult for him. I would rather be the one who is helping than be the one who is hurting. I would rather be the one who is caring for than being the one who needs to be cared for. I am so grateful that I am so healthy and that I'm in a position where I can actually help and take care of him. I'm so grateful for that. I think that when we have different situations or circumstances in our life that may not be the best, that might be unpleasant or difficult or challenging or whatever the case may be, things that we don't necessarily like so much, if we feel a certain way about it that isn't the most comfortable, maybe there's anger or frustration or sadness or any number of different things, that what it really comes down to, how we feel about any situation, even if we feel good about it, it comes down to our perspective. How are we choosing to view that situation? What lens are we looking through? Sometimes the circumstances are what they are, they can't be changed. But our perspective always can be. We always have the ability to control our perspective and to shift that into something that is more comfortable, something that is more positive. There is a movie it's at least 10 years old, maybe 12, something like that. It's called Vantage Point. Not sure if you've ever seen it. If you haven't, I recommend it. It's about an assassination attempt on the president's life, the president of the United States. It's fictional, of course, but this was very well done. The movie is shot from different vantage points of different people who were at the event and witnessed it happen. And first you see it from one person's perspective. You see what they saw, you know what they know, and you have one opinion. And then the entire scene unfolds again from a different vantage point, from someone else's perspective who sees other things. And then you think, oh, wait a minute, I don't think it was that, maybe it was this instead, because now I'm seeing something different. And then you see it again from a different perspective. And again, I don't remember how many times, but it's multiple times. The whole scene replays itself and you get to watch it from someone else's perspective. And each time you learn something different. It's very artistically done and very well points to how when we see a certain situation, we may think we know what happened or what's going on, but oftentimes we don't have the whole story. And until we can see things from other perspectives, only then will we know the full truth of what's really going on and what really happened. How well can we apply that into our own lives when we form opinions about a certain situation or certain circumstances or people? But also some of those circumstances that we are living in, recognizing that if we move to a different perspective, it looks completely different. And that can shift us from being frustrated or upset or unhappy or angry into a place of gratitude and joy. So my question for you today is there a situation or a circumstance that maybe there's no control over changing it? And that's okay. We recognize that sometimes that is the case. But is there a circumstance that maybe it would benefit to have a little bit of a perspective shift, to see it from a different point of view? Just something to think about. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please take care of yourself, and I will see you next time.